I don't know who needs to hear this today, but I want to share with you this moment I had 8 years ago. This is an incredibly pivotal moment for me where I went from doing the kind of energy work where you feel better and you watch the videos and you're manifesting little stuff to manifesting the big stuff. And I remember sitting in my chair at my desk saying to myself, Aaliyah, you know this stuff. Why don't you do this stuff? Sounded like a really good teacher back then. I watched all the Abraham Hicks videos, the Joe Dispenza videos. I sounded like a teacher, but if you looked at my life, I didn't have much to show for it. I started a business and I got clarity, but I didn't have a lot of money. I was super stressed out all day long. And then I had this guilt for being somebody who had all the information about law of attraction, manifestation, but didn't have much to show for it. By the way, my name is Aaliyah. If you're into learning the nuances of manifestation, law of attraction, then you can hit the follow button. I was so frustrated, but what I did next really catapulted me from the world of learning about manifestation to doing it and manifesting the little stuff to the big stuff. I said to myself, all right, I'm sitting down and I am not getting up until I do something that is explained in one of these videos. And at first I was like, okay, I know everything, but at the same time, I don't really know what to do next. And so the thing that I pulled out was listening in my mind to an Abraham Hicks quote that's something like, if you want a new life, you cannot tell an old story. So I was like, okay, I can't tell an old story. I need a new story, but what is my story? And so this is the process I did. I literally wrote down everything I normally would say. Like I wrote down what I did not like in my life, how I explained how I got here, how I felt. And I got a snapshot of like the default narrative that was in my body. And I was able to say, well, I guess this is my story. And as long as I keep saying this story, I cannot have a life that's different from this story. So I went line by line and rewrote it. And I didn't go all positive and declare super positive scenario. I shifted it gently. So it was so the new version was like believable and felt good, and my body and my mind could accept it, and I had a real energy change. See, the problem is when we watch the videos, even like this one, you get a dopamine hit from learning something, and that makes you feel better temporarily, which then makes it so you don't actually do what is in the video. Watching videos, reading books is a form of consumption, and consumption is not transformation. Consumption is dopamine, and then you don't do it. So if you really want the big transformations, you have to push this stuff out of your body. By writing it down, deciding what you're going to say instead, creating new neurotransmitter pathways in your brain, shifting your energy. When you're pushing it out, that is transformation. That is when you start manifesting the big stuff. It's not magic. It's not like just big things drop out of the sky, but that is the start of the process. And it's hard. The first 3-6 months is difficult, but it is way easier than living the rest of your life like you've been living it. The impact of doing this work, I was able to reinvigorate my body, get clarity, bring the brain fog down. I was in a business, my wine importing business, which was my first business. And after a year and a half, I was able to break in and make my first $1 million. I was able to repair relationships and generally like breathe and rise up to the person I really am. I know you are smart, and I know most of you can relate, and I know a lot of you are really ready to do this. So I want to invite you to do a little homework with me right now and go down into the comments and write something that you normally say that is true but energetically unhelpful. Like, what do you tell people? Is it like, I don't have enough money, life is hard, growing my business is difficult? These are all true things, but what is a piece of your current story that is locking you into your story? So go down into the comments and write it, and then write an alternative for it. This is homework. This is more homework than I normally ask you to do, but this is the magic, you guys. So I want you to go down in the comments and write down first, just what do you normally say? I'm tired, I'm stressed, this person annoys me. Write down the original thing that you know you shouldn't be saying. Put it down there, and then take a deep breath with me and find something a little bit better to say. When you're choosing something better to say, you might say, like, I think I might be ready. I want to think differently. I'm ready to breathe deeper. I would like to think this is possible. Deep down inside, I know there's another way. So those are some starters you can use to start rewriting. I'm going to blab for just a quick second to give you a little bit more time to do that homework. Write down what you normally, if you don't want to rewrite right now, at least just write down in the comments what you normally say that you don't want to say, because at least you'll be able to start catching yourself. And if you can catch yourself over the next couple days, the next couple weeks, you will have this on top of mind and you will eventually get to rewriting it. So at the very least, just type down what you don't want to say, and then bonus points if you're going to give me a first attempt. And if you feel like you're ready for a little bit more, I have a free guided abundance meditation. The link is in the bio. You can grab it and it'll come into your email, and you'll probably love that because it will go a few steps deeper than we can do here. So I will see you around. Big kiss. Bye, loves.